Teachers of Reddit, what are some positive trends you have noticed in today's youth? Girls ask boys out more often. Boys are starting to expect girls to be more frank and straightforward with what they want more often. Other than that, just like my colleagues. Generally kinder, more generous, understanding of differences, mature. On the other hand, I find them generally more sad, maybe more cynical, and overall quite happily pessimistic toward the future, a kind of aha we're so fucked vibe I feel sometimes. Edit, I got to say that I teach in France, it has its importance. Not a teacher, but did a minor in ed and wrote an undergrad thesis on the effects of employing graphic novels/comics in a high school ELA class. Students are a lot more critical and willing to question for the sake of understanding. I remember having to be taught how to ask critical questions and to analyze, but the students that I taught were curious and asked all the right questions. Edit, while didn't expect this much interest in my undergrad thesis, this means a lot that there are educators and people in general who want to read up and know more about how comics can be used in education. Taught art for a spell a while back. I know that a lot of people say shit like, oh, these children and they're all consuming technology, but a lot of kids are so excited about learning to make things using their devices. A big part of the sculpture class I taught was to make a statement using a 3D printed sculpture. Even take something like Minecraft, I know it's a big meme, but it's a huge sandbox to build things. I remember being a young teen when I came out, we would get so complex with our builds. Kids are learning to create in an incredibly different way. It can be really irritating when they latch onto something and run it into the ground, but they love learning new things, and creating new things, in an increasingly relevant way. Retired high school teacher here. While kids are reading fewer books than they used to, so, https://www. The Guardian. com/books/2015/jan/09/decline children reading pleasure survey, or sees, https://www. NPR. org/2014/05/12/311111701/why aren't teens reading like they used to? They're in many ways healthier than the recent past. Source, https://news. Brown. edu/articles/2016/11/kid food, both nutritionally and emotionally. On top of that, one heartwarming data point I love is that dads are more involved in their children's lives than ever. Source, https://www. Consumer Affairs. com/news/millennial dads are more involved than dads of older generations. Research shows 061416. HTML. Not a teacher, but have been getting tens of hours shadowing teachers at every level over the last 2 semesters for my teaching course, and I can say, lack of bullying. I noticed it at high school, middle school, and elementary. I feel I have a unique perspective, as since I wasn't the teacher, kids acted more natural when it was just me observing in the corner. I in probably 50+ hours of this haven't seen more than 1 instances of kids being outright mean to each other, and in that case it was just 2 kids roasting each other, nothing really physical. As an ex-college prof, contrary to belief, they seem better at helping each other out and giving their point of view on a topic or idea. When teaching before, they would try to explain to each other how I explained them to do it. Now, they go look for other ways, both good and bad, on YouTube and explain different things they have found on YouTube. This mentality can be bad if it doesn't always hold true. I taught math, but other ways of explaining I hadn't thought about. It's refreshing to see the more open sharing of ideas. This may be that they listen better to their peers than to me, but if it helps, I'm not complaining. A realization that any sort of specialization is a good thing and that a 4-year college isn't necessary for everyone. Lots of my students want to go to tech/trade school or apprenticeships. They're learning from my debt-laden generation. Edit to add, Jesus people, I don't welcome my kids to class every day and tell them that college is for chumps and to become an electrician. If a student tells me their goals and they can be well achieved through trade or vocational school, I encourage that. If a student tells me their goals and they need to go to university, then I encourage that. I'm not a teacher, but I live on a block with a lot of kids, and I babysit frequently. These kids are geniuses. Half of them are doing multiplication before first grade. They read like crazy, and actually use technology responsibly. When kids first started using iPads, I was pissed. I thought it was gonna lead to a bunch of addiction issues, stuff like that. If it's the parents in my neighborhood or what, but these kids understand they have an hour of iPad games every day, and that's it. There are only a couple of them that have issues with it. My GF is a teacher, and she said she's noticed a trend in kids actually making an effort to learn about what they care for, i.e. political issues and such. Unfortunately, there have been multiple cases where parents have called the school because their kid has come home not completely agreeing with their parents. This one kid's parents threatened to unenroll their student because they said they had a few conservative ideas and that the school/my GF was brainwashing him. My GF is progressive and works really hard to make sure she shows no bias. She felt pretty happy when that parent accused her